feel like you being stronger should be on this side.
Okay. Yo, Dylan, what happened on episode 6?
Episode 6, we worked on the bed, the cab. Brandon did the tunnels, the rear engine mount. Or was that this episode? I forget, something like that.
So it's probably been a while since you took a trigonometry class, but your trigonometry worked.
I don't think I ever took a trigonometry class.
Me neither.
Trig? I don't think so. So I don't have our energy suspension bushings yet, and we're a little bit high on the front end, so I spent this morning trying to figure out when we drop this a ½ inch in the front, what are we going to drop? Anyway, long story short is this 1 inch accounts for the bushings. Then there will be a plate, and I'll have 2 pucks, one here and one here. Yesterday I cut these plates out in the holes and I bolted them in. Then I'm going to box this out a little bit. It should look pretty cool when we're done. Yeah, a week for engine mounts, a solid week.
Today I'm making the standoffs for the bed frame. So this piece here will bolt to the outside of the truck frame. These will get welded on like this, and that is what the bed will be bolted to. This will just give it kind of a wider support area. I have to make 8 standoffs, 4 on each side. It's a lot of cutting through 3/8 flat plate. It takes a while.
Missing a tooth.
So it's a little jumpy, but we have a new blade coming in. Today is going to be cut after cut after cut after cut.
Cut! So we're gonna put these triangles here. I want to have access this way, so I think just a little, you know, something maybe 3 inches right in here. But I think this is stronger than it really needs to be anyway.
Is that a vinyl record?
It's always got to keep it in check. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get so zoned out on what I'm doing.
Oh, I know. I know you very well. Yeah. That'll do. That's good.
So I'm just gonna do all those. I think just the rear one might need to be a little different.
Oh, look at it.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, look at that.
Just
look at it.
look at it.
Oh, look at it.
Cutting takes so long, you might as well multitask.
wasn't here, the whole thing would tip that way.
I think this is about 12 to 16 inches too low. So the top of the bed is going to be like here. Little bit. Yep. Transfer case is here now. Used to be about here. This is the direct linkage into the cab. Put it in high-low range, and now it's in the back seat. So we're gonna create a new linkage from here forward through this new bracket that we've made, so that it is now where it's supposed to be. So that we get to tackle next.
I've created these standoffs. I have 6 of these. There ultimately will be 8. I have 2 of them already bolted in up front, using a few different pieces here to help make sure I'm flush to the top. Clamp this thing on, make sure it's level, and then drill holes and bolt it in. It's a lot more work than I just made it sound, especially when you're in this tiny hole. Good. What's up, vice grip on there? Now I can start drilling those holes. Jeez, I can't see. My eyes are going bad. Too many years in front of the computer. Save your bits. Oil your bits. Don't buy good bits. But if you do buy good bits, oil your bits. Now, I need bolts. So. Now remember, cameraman, the cameraman must never interfere with the natural progression of the job that he's filming. Never interfere. Hey cameraman, can you hand me that drill right there? Actually, I changed my mind. Hey, thanks. Hey.
You're welcome.
I think I should come clean. Let you guys know that I'm actually OSHA representative, and I don't think I'm gonna approve this.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, hello guys.
What's up, Steven?
What's up, man? I feel like you're like zooming into my nose. Like, how close are you right now? We have 94 days left. So
Think we're gonna make it?
I think so. Now that I'm here.
All right, boys. Let's see if it holds. I don't have bolts underneath. It's just sitting here mocked up. The front end is bolted down, and with any luck, I'm gonna pull these jack stands out, and it's gonna hold. Okay, we're loose. It's hanging. So, with any luck, we're about a ½ degree tilt on the engine. Plus or minus 0.2. This thing, when I measured it, 0.3, 0.4, there's 0.5. And the flange here should be somewhere close. Woo! 0.3. All right, so the engine is in. It's mocked up, and it seems to be tilted correctly, and everything seems to be great. Yeah, 2 weeks worth of work, and we're done with the mock-up. These transmissions are designed just to hang off the back, which is exactly what it's doing right now. Because we're gonna off-road this, we should utilize this rear mount. So right now, I'm gonna take some energy suspension bushings. I'm gonna create a plate off of this rear bracket. We're gonna fab something up, and hopefully it doesn't break. I like it when I do things correct the first time, or the second time. That even makes me happy. I'm making little gussets. Probably don't need to do it, but it makes me feel better. Brought a little strength, and it kind of looks better.
Some of our episodes are riveting, some of them are magnetic. This one is holy.
So how does it feel? Got the first holes, this is it.
Feels amazing to have the first 2 bed mounts tightened down. Alright. I'm gonna go to the big bit.
God, that's a serious bit.
Blinking. I should drill, I should do one.
Got it. Wow. That saves so much time. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Three more holes to do. So it's a little annoying.
I gotta order breakfast. I'm gonna order McDonald's. I gotta get coffee.
I get another second copy.
Yes, with Dan.
Here's Steven's debut weld.
Yeah. It's not the prettiest.
And then can you drill while I mock up the other side?
How's your Mac Downy, Steven?
Mac,
What'd you get?
sausage.
Wow, no egg.
Yeah.
We'll try this. Okay. Oh, my leg.
He asked for a large, and I got him a medium because he's half size, you know. And he wants to yell at me, like, who am I? I'm a big man. I get a big coffee.
Afternoon delight.
You ever checked somebody's oil? About to see how Dylan's level is.
What are you doing?
Nothing. We'll get him next time.
Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Ready for this?
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this. Olympic coatings is a place to go.
Get your metal things coated with powder in Escondido.
Get the best quality fit for see me show.
Get Olympic coatings in Escondido.
You think they're ready for that?
I really need the cab here to mount these or place these. It'll be here in a couple of days. Essentially, we're gonna have 5 standoffs on each side for the roll cage. 1 for each loop. There's 3 loops, and they should be strong enough. We hope. Next step in the process.
it out.
An offering for the truck bed. Good morning, we're back at Olympic Coatings, and today I'm going to be jumping into the Sandblast booth to get some sweet shots of them sandblasting the cab. I'm a little blind! Pick that up. Looking about Christmas week. It's gonna be a 4-week run.
Probably Monday at the latest. Why don't I just check in a couple days?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right. That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Alright.
So we just shot this cab this morning, and we are not going to have it for another week. So I'm roughly putting where the standoffs for the roll cage will be. There's holes all over this frame, but pretty much there are no holes that should create any issues anywhere kind of near standoff. So I'm going to template these things, put 4 bolt holes on all 10 of them, 5 on each side, and then build the standoff. When the cab comes, we'll do final placement.
Just finished cutting up this 9-inch pipe. Doing this so that the back of the cab will line up well with the front of the bed. So, this going right here, the cab comes up to here and it's got a radius corner, and that will look nice together. And using a pipe like this will be a lot easier than bending our own sheet metal. Little welder's doing a really good job, actually. I have to take a break every once in a while because I'm maxing out its duty cycle, but when it's hot, it's hot.
So the cab's at sandblast, it's been stretched. Now we gotta stretch the top. It isn't gonna be so easy. The top of this thing is all rounded. This bit will go in the front half of the cab, and we basically have to recreate that radius. So we're gonna tear all this stuff out. I think Mark's gonna come over here and help us because he's like a master fab guy. Daunting task. So last night I was waiting for Jordan to come home so we could borrow his drill press again. I said, okay, I'll be home around 7. I said, okay, all right, well. And he opens up his tailgate to his car, and there's a box with a brand new drill press. And he said, well, you guys are waiting on me a lot. I decided just to contribute to the project and buy you a drill press. And I used it this morning and it worked great. It's perfect for us. I don't think this stuff was ever intended to come out. Military would just, it'd rust away. Maybe we ditch this. Like the rear stereo system box could come up here and there could be a couple of subwoofers. Has the amp in it. Maybe it'll say TBO back then. here back are all these. And they're just gonna sit just like for the bed. Roll cage, each loop will come right down on this thing.
What's this little piece for?
This is a key that goes in this slot here. For lack of a better term, or a better way to explain it at the moment, this bolts onto the transmission, moves the clutch forks, and it's keyed. So we're gonna try and pound this key in a little tight, but maybe we can. If you didn't know, we have an online store.
And we sell a lot of the gear we use.
And merch too. Yeah, we'll get that order right out to you. But really, we're a small company.
We created the online store to help fuel our passion.
So head over to our website, trailbendersoverland.com.
Bear to get off. Yeah, that's too close. That gives no free pedal play. I'm not convinced that's enough room. You know, if the clutch doesn't totally disengage, then it just the flywheel and the pad spins, and the clutch will just wear out faster.
Now it's time to start sheeting the inside of the bed. It's exciting. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get a chunk of sheet and cut it rough to fit the general area. And then I'll start measuring around all the different posts and cross braces, welds, and get that sheet to fit around all of this.
Yeah, that looks good.
We're raising the frame up now to its final resting height, so it's ready for when we get started on mocking up the suspension. So we're getting ready to build this box under here to replace all this wood underneath, and I think we should mock it up in Blender first. And Brandon's laughing at me.
Blender!
This is serious, you know. It's like, I think we should do it. It's engineering, science.
He wants to create a box in Blender. Dylan and Blender are becoming synonymous. No Blender, no Blender! Silly guy needs to drill these out. Okay, put it up there where it goes. Put it in. Go hard, big. Finally, there's a curl.
Bolted down.
Two big things today. Frame is up at 41 inches, proper height, and bed. Tomorrow, cap.
Burritos are live.
Cheese, dude.
Oh, that's just wet. Okay.
Look, jumping up and down. Kick the baby. Getting kind of cranky because you haven't paid me any more attention lately.
That's the way I talk to myself inside. That's my inner voice.
Danny, that was a stupid move.
Jeez, I cannot hit the center of the hole to save my life. Oh, right here.
The Hollywood smile right here. There's a lot of this truck that we haven't quite figured out yet. One of those things that we were just talking about yesterday is the gas tank. Tank's gonna go right here, and we had no idea really until yesterday how it was really gonna sit comfortably and safely. And so there's a couple little design additions that we're making, like these bars, a couple bars down here so that we can support this. We have 87 days left and there's still things like that we're still unsure of. That's how you get the weight on it right there. Yeah. Super rich.
It's like So these are the wheel wells we're cutting out. So we'll cut out the total length and then we're gonna bend them up and those will be our wheel wells. Sheet metal time. Sheet metal time. Sweet.
Back at Olympic Coatings to pick up the freshly primed cab. So back to the chronicles of my finger. I left it unwrapped, and then today I was trying to take the pin out of from the hitch and ripped my finger open again.
Under the water. All I wanna do is go upstairs. Use one of those. What are these things called again? A short. What's a Little Mermaid song?
The moment you've been waiting for.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So many things could really go wrong with this project if this doesn't go well. So I feel like I can get a port right here and right here. We'll see.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, so we didn't even do it with wood. We just did it on the.
Yeah, but I would put wood down and put powder.
Well, if we put a blanket there, it's no different.
I feel like you being stronger should be on this side. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so should we just let it slide? Okay, I'm gonna come.
How about hold it here?
Yeah.
You're good.
Stop.
Lower it, one more block. It's in! And nobody lost a finger.
Bourbon? Nice, dude.
Oh, that's just a nice, comfortable
Wow.
rest of the arm.
Yep. Dang.
And look back there and it looks like a freaking truck.
Wow. There's the whole setup right there.
The first pieces of sheet metal for the bed are bent and ready to be installed. Brandon is working on the cab. Tell me what you're doing.
Trying to place the windshield frame on the new cab.
We have 82 days to get the truck from this point to a finished truck that looks something like this. The first sheet that I'm cutting the size is going to go right here. So what I'll do is measure the height of this, and the sheet will get back in here, cover up those welds, and then follow that line.
Alright, so it's the morning after getting your cab on. We still feeling excited?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get new bolts and okay, so now let's put doors on, I suppose.
We have
Wow. I'm just gonna order 2 new doors.
This is a very seedy episode. Roughly how it'll all go. Hold this tiny little piece I cut. It'll be a little crooked. I'll tack it on one side and then I'll bend it into place and then tack and weld around it. Careful and slow so I don't burn right through it. And this is all getting rhino lined or Line-X'd, whatever. And so you won't see any of those pits.
Hopefully these aren't too big. This is for the clutch. The Z-bar for the clutch. Another one there. Bar that goes through, and they both have gears on them on each side of the bar. So when I push the clutch in, a rod comes out the firewall, pushes this bar down, which twists this tube, which pushes this bar down, and allows me to shift gears. This goes onto the shaft that comes out of the transmission. It's got this flange that we can weld onto. Right onto the shaft, and we weld onto this, the bar that I'm gonna create, and that will twist. Wow.
Engage and disengage the clutch.
Yeah. Well, this rear cab mount, this is the original OEM, and we bent it pulling it out, plus it kind of looks like junk, so we're gonna make a new one. This is the new one, all tacked up and ready to go, and made out of 2x1 box. Cut the underneath, the bolts will go through, drill bolt holes on the sides, and it'll look better, and it's fun to build.
While Brandon's working on that cab mount, I'm gonna start working on cutting some sheet that we'll take to Tim's house to bend and then get to put up on the side of the bed here. Life hack, if you're cutting any sheet metal, get a metal blade for your skill saw. It is insanely fast. We just got it and these are our first couple cuts with it and it's amazing. Cool. You like drilling?
It's a workout. When you decide to buy a truck from us, this is what your rear bed mount will look like.
It's TBOEM.
TBOEM, yep, TBOEM.
Brandon's finishing up the rear cap support and I'm going to be trimming down the wheel well. So it's got to come down a little bit so that'll sit flush with the top of this. And then we got to trim it back this way a little bit so it's flush back here.
Well, I didn't see a damn thing because I was getting blasted in the face by metal, but pretty sick.
It's not.
Woo! We started at 108. 108 days left, so we burned 27 days.
That's roughly how it'll be. We are headed to Tim Phipp's house, owner of Falcon Overland, to bend some sheet metal.
No one was home. Oh yeah, did I mention? This is the side of the bed. It's a big deal.
Got the deep clamps.
Some quality tools.
Harbor Freight. Alright, done.
Well, now we get to bend out that crinkle. Grab it.
I can fix that in a second. Watch that class. You know the good news is it's on my
Oh yeah, well, what's
So, if you need any more bent corners,
yeah.
Looking like a real truck.
Wow. So I'm gonna be driving over like this. I'm good. Right on the edge. Which is good. That's less of a blind spot. Wow. Cool. And they look straight, huh?
Yeah.